don't forget to film. We just keep filming. Don't keep cutting. You're not paying for the film, are you? It's digital.
No, I'm just keeping on the battery.
Oh, on the battery.
I'm not breaking in. There's the man. Look. How you doing, Joby?
I was going to say actually, you can say on the video, do not try this if you come to cars.
Yeah.
You can see Aaron's face.
Before I was breaking in. Who's just coming in? There's the man then, Joby. How are you doing, mate?
How are we doing, David?
Really, really good. Enjoyed the fair. We've been around once or twice, Libby. I feel sick.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, I used to love going on rides as a kid, and now I cannot stomach them.
It's old age,
if I go around to dodge them too tight, it'll make me feel sick. I can't.
Old age, Joe. I have to take sickness tablets.
Do they work?
Yeah, a little bit. This is where the magic happens.
Go on, do it. Funny what you find in our workshop.
Look at that. Look at that, Lib. Steady hand, steady hand.
Please tell me this video is going to be more exciting than your cup video. Yeah, I shouldn't be so rude and ungrateful, but it just comes naturally.
That's right. It's the humour, isn't it?
Look at the bow in that bit of wood, isn't it great? Look down the length of that. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Serves its purpose. You don't get as excited as your dad, do you?
No, she's not very enthusiastic, Joby.
Can I ask you something? Does he ever embarrass you? Yeah.
All the time.
You're at that age. Hi, I'm Joby Carter, and I'm giving a tour around my yard to David Strutt. Because he's a blagger. No, not at all.
He just likes me best.
No, I do. I like your vlogs and all that rhubarb, and you do a lot to publicise Funfair.
Especially the cup video.
Especially and the cup video.
There you go, double thumbs. Do it again, Joby, I missed it. Double thumbs.
Now I'm rather scruffy because I'm actually in here painting today because we're open outside. Who would have thought we'd opened in our yard with our mini kids adventure, as I'm sure David's going to do a video about. But having been in the yard for 4 weekends on the trot has given me an opportunity to catch up with some jobs. Because what happened is we got locked down, had no staff, and everything just came to a stop. And slowly but surely we're doing stuff, and I've been doing stuff. I wasn't furloughed, I was busy just ticking away, and actually we got it all up because we had a film job and then we got it up here, and then you see it, I thought, oh God, I've forgotten that had been painted. That was painted 1.5 years ago, and so if I don't mind saying so myself, it's all looking rather good. But I've taken little swings back on, and the stays were as rough as a badger's bum. And so I'm like, we can paint those while we're here, and these are the brake bars off of the swing base. And what we got here is, bearing in mind the skid only came out 4 years ago. I think I've done 4 seasons with it. This is virtually a new handrail. All these are new, and that's wet.
It's wet.
Because unfortunately, things made out of wood, when you put them outside, often go rotten. Yeah. So, and that's why this is a new rounding board, and then we've only done the one, and that's taken months to do, because, and then you can see over there, stood up there, is one of the original ones, because regrettably, and people keep saying, where's the skid rounding boards? Making a brand new set of skid rounding boards and decorating them to that standard, and that's actually been done by Aaron, is no mean feat. This is the original thread valve, but it was done on plywood, and unfortunately, it's delaminated. You can see where the paint's coming off, and they're beautiful. So rather than try and repair those, I've saved those, taken them off the frames. We were going to repair the frames,
yeah,
and we took most of them off, and then we realised we're not going to save the frames, so we made them in aluminium. so they won't go rotten. But these ones can end up on someone's wall, and they saved a bit of thread foul rather than painting out and trying to repair them. Other things we've got around here, we've got the big swings, which won't be out for any time soon. They will be completely redecorated. The legs over there, and we've got lots of examples of letters. I'll tell you what this is about. If you don't know, where have you been? Under a rock. I made with Scarlett a book about sign writing, which was released last November, and has been part of the reason that we've survived through this lockdown, because it's sold fantastically well, over 4,000 copies all around the world. And I'm doing a second one, so I'm doing complete alphabets that are based on lots of alphabets around the fair or other lettering that's inspired us. So whereas this has been inspired from the yacht lettering that's Columbia and Britannia, obviously there's not a Q on there or a Z or all those lots of other letters. So I've done a complete alphabet. And ultimately, well, actually, I've sold some of them already. Someone contacted me. Ultimately, these will be for sale. So you need to, if you don't look at cartersteamfair.co.uk every week, then
I'll put it down there.
To be honest, you're not even a real Fairground fan.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't even know why you're watching this. But and other random things we've got in here. We've got a new headboard for the Foden down there because the other one's kaput. We've got some boards there that are going to sandwich the light sprig on the chairplane, not the chairplane, the train ride, because at the minute it's just a light batten, and we're going to put a bit of lettering on there. Other things we've got here is a complete Fred Fowl style alphabet that'll also be going in the new book.
Oh, lovely.
Alan's done that, which is rather beautiful. All in aluminium leaf, and he still can't get it in there. Oh God. And what we've got here is the start of an Edwin Hall style alphabet, and even like things like this have been painted because I'm going to do a different one, and there's another alphabet over there. There's one up there that's for the book. There's just stuff everywhere. We don't throw much away and don't often sell stuff, so there's over here, look, there's just, I've had to come up with different ways of keeping out of trouble when the fair wasn't on the road. So painting signs to sell, and these ones have been knocking around for ages. Actually, Aaron helped me with these ones, but we've got like bowl signs and scamel signs, and in due course they'll end up on the website. But we did so well last year with our merchandising and hand painted signs at Christmas that I'm kind of planning for Christmas now, so that there's a whole dump of stuff that can go on there. So yeah, basically come shopping with us.
Visit the website, yeah.
Visit the website.
Yeah.
Now, would you like to come and see some of the other sheds?
Yes. Right, here we go. That is beautiful.
Okay, so
that's not so beautiful.
Sorry, face for radio. So what we've got in here is actually something, a Matador that's sort of a well-known lorry around Maidenhead that has been sent to us to restore. We just haven't got around to it yet. But we will in due course. It's a lovely old Matador with a garden on it. Here we've got some old paintings that came off our Galloper, and they've been saved and varnished, and they'll be screwed on the wall and looked after. Yeah. Potentially for sale, but they're not doing any harm there. So up there we've actually got one of the old seats from the yachts that got replaced some time ago, the Very Brave seat. Right, and if we come in here, so in here, this is a fabrication shop, which hasn't been overused this year, regrettably. But what we've got is all the gear to be able to repair stuff. Yeah. I've got a fantastic fabricator, works for me. And on the wall is just old relics and posters from the fair. Even, pan round there, what does that say?
2 tokens. Zoom right in. What is it, Joby?
Hey. 2 tokens. You know what you get your dad for Christmas, all right?
2 tokens.
Get one of those signs. Nice.
Wow.
And various bits of artwork. Up here, they're the old original panels from the Ark, but they've gotten a little bit tired to put on the ride. And various bits of artwork. When I replace stuff, I just screw it on the wall. And I hire lots of films for props. And sometimes I sell stuff. This scammer actually used to be used to be anti-heritage with Pat Collins' Funfair.
Oh yeah.
And but I have seen photos of it, curiously, with a number plate BGO 203, but it's definitely 203 BGO. It was I think it was Showmen, and the cab basically I can show you inside here. But this went well before lockdown, probably 18 months ago. It went to my friend Steve Braxton, who's a fantastic joiner, and had the new door and repairs to the cab. It's had a little bit in there because it was all gone rotten, and it actually got kind of landlocked there effectively, and we only got it recently. But now it needs a complete repaint, and it needs the mud guards repairing. You can see where it's blown on the front here. Look, so that needs quite a lot of work. So, but this lorry was bought for spares, but my dad decided it was too good to scrap, and in the end we restored it. And this was my dad's favourite lorry to drive. He used to pull the wagons. He used to pull his Vosper and my Brayshaw behind it. And if you've got the book Palace on Wheels, which there aren't many left, there's a lovely photo of him stood in front of this with the two wagons. I just love Scammels, they're great. They're not fast, but they're great tools around the ground.
Workhorses, aren't they?
They're workhorses, I just love them. What else have we got? So in here we've got this is the paint shop. And I hold something, well I did, something called Letterheads. And I actually went on to hold one at the fair called a Signwriting Festival, but I changed the name because that's a bit more palatable and you know what they're called. Basically, it's a meeting of signwriters who all get together and talk shop. So a lot of the artwork around the wall is from those letterhead meets, from different painters that have come in and done stuff. So that's quite nice. Even someone did my portrait. Look at that. That was a Dutch guy there.
That was brilliant.
And the joke there is I don't use tape when I sign write, and a lot of sign writers do, top and bottom of the letters, but I like to do it old
Spit an
school.
image there, that is brilliant.
Beautiful. And someone's done an example there of lettering backwards, which is how you do glass. And there's some rather fun painting there that was done by a friend of mine called Frank Carty up in Scotland. So there's fun things all. And you can see here where we were doing different ways of doing gold turning and so on and so forth, and beveling, and it's really nice letterheads. I love them. It's I've made a load of good friends from doing that. You also see on the wall with a keen eye Dodge and rounding boards, and there's the cars behind. Above that is the old Joby rounding boards, which just had their day and had a new set made. There's lettering there that was painted for a Brits after show party. So there's just stuff everywhere. There's a panel off the little striker that's coming for a repair and a birthday. And now these, if you had a keen eye, you might have noticed that Toy Town was missing a couple of cars. Because unfortunately, when you use things like this has had repairs in here and bits let in, and the same with that one. And even this has got a new bottom on it, and even got the guy that works for me, he's even got to the extent of putting the flutes back in. So that's a new bottom. So we've got these skills in house that otherwise you'd have to really search to find people that can do them. But ultimately, this has got to get painted ready when we finish here to go out again, and it's probably end up virtually repainting it. That's an original Alton the Spooner rounding board, and I was actually offered that in lockdown. Kind of they wanted to come this way, and it was just when it all kicked off, and I didn't really have the money, so I told Aaron about it. Aaron went and bought it. I mean, that is just beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, I love it. And then to get up there, we've got on the left, you've got an old dome, which is like the top bit on the gallopers, and then we took numerous ones and made a good one, and then took a mould from it. So that's effectively part of the galloper. Got a panel there from a friend's living wagon. He gave me that. Gerald Whittaker, he's restoring a Phillips living wagon. The old arcade front board. I did that when I was 20, and that stands work. These are from the Dodge and rounding boards. And here you go. Here's a real useless bit of information you never know. Within this painting, that's my dad, my mum. I think that's my little sister, my brother, my sister, me, my brother, and his then partner. Painted on the rounding boards just for a bit of fun. Mum did when she was painting them. And over here we've got the more handrails from the skid, which have all had repairs because unfortunately the rock got into them. So they're the original Hayes fabrication, 1965, and you just have to keep on top of it all. We're just constantly doing repairs on it all. There we go. Come and see the Royal Windsor. So the yard is a little bit scruffy, and of course we've had to make it look neat to get the fairing, and now that's why I've got half the night sheets round the back of the Ark. Unfortunately, I've lost a night sheet. I'm hoping that's going to turn up. So everything's been piled around here, but of course people would love to see it, but we want it to look like a Funfair, not a yard. In here we've got the one of our old Scammels, which, as charming as that paintwork looks, is knackered and wants stripping off and redoing. It's all basically up together, that Scammel. It just needs a really good birthday, and I did a bit of a different body. Behind there you've got the skid centre. Here we've got the dive bomber, little striker, a cooker. I don't know where it's come from. Lots of junk in stillages. Here,
the cookers,
they're for sale. If anyone wants these, they're my mum's. We don't need those. They used to be in the arcade. You've got the yacht centre there, which is, well, I'm not planning on travelling this year because I've just had to prioritise on what I do without spending a fortune, and that needs retubing, and I've just got to, be sensible in what I do. Hold on, excuse me a minute. As crazy as it is, in my wisdom, I decided I had no money, no income last year. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll start restoring Billy Smart's Royal Windsor. Now, how I'm funding this is, one, volunteers, and I've got a couple of them here stripping the paint off for me today, which is wonderful. But two, I've started something called Patreon. So if you look up Carter Steam Fair's Patreon, that is basically a streaming service that you pay for. Anything from, none of this free stuff. You get what you pay for. £5, £5, £10, £25 or £50. It's a tier system, and the more you put in, the more you get out. And it includes weekly videos, playlists, the sign writing club once a month, and so on and so forth. And that is helping fund this, including a chassis I bought, but I haven't managed to get it back yet. So we're going to re-chassis it, strip it all up. It's a mega job that's probably going to take a couple of years. But this is Billy Smart's wagon and needs restoring. So crazy as it sounds, it kind of gave me something to focus on. And there's lots of people on Patreon who are invested in it as well. And if you look around here they are doing a glorious job. So we're just filming for a vlog. So they're attacking it with useless paint stripper. That's a fair description, isn't it?
Very smelly, horrible stuff.
Very smelly, horrible stuff. Yeah. So all this has been paint stripped. So this is an absolute epic job, and I'm very grateful that anyone who's prepared to come and help me try and bring it back to life, because it is an incredibly important living wagon. We believe it was built about 58. Sadly, Billy Smart, so he actually died in his trailer, and it's gone from pillar to post over the years, and now this is a sister wagon, although built by a different firm to the one we live in. And I've also got David Smart's one, and my dream is to put them in a line again. But we're actually restoring this with intent that people can come and stay in it, like the poshest Airbnb in the world. Okay.
I'm not prepared, I'm terrible at this, aren't I? Right.
Yeah, you're not very good to film. We just keep filming, don't keep cutting. You're not paying for the film, are you? It's digital.
No, I'm just keeping on the battery.
Oh, on the battery. Okay, so here's the thing. You have to guess what these are, what ride they're from, and David will be running a competition where he's going to give 3 lessons in air guitar. Answers on a postcard. Trailer full of goodies here. This is all the rounding boards, ceilings, drum, old bits of skid artwork, and shutters from my hoopla that I've replaced, and potentially it's for sale. I'm just too lazy to sell it. Bite to me. It never is. Nice to hang on the walls. You got enough film on the camera. This is my county tractor. Yeah, baby. Had a cab fitted on it, full restoration, full engine rebuild, full gearbox rebuild, spade spot on the back to winch. This is the kiddie, but it's stuck in reverse. But we'll come back to that.
Oh look, here comes gifts. Oh, look at that.
Oh, reload that. Sorry.
Look at that.
Blagger. Oh, sorry.
Blagger?
Blagger. Oh, sorry. Oh, God. And you, anyway, you were supposed to come dressed as a superhero today.
I know. I told him that.